And so here she criticizes the monolingual environment in American culture. So for a lot of people, they will say, well, monolingualism, it's convenient, uh, it's simple, it's reductive, it's a form of common sense, right? That so goes the argument. And she, rejects this, out of hand, just because it's simple, just because it's convenient, just because it's informationalized, doesn't make it necessarily you know, um, a critical language or a critical linguistic environment, something that makes us think in a deeper way about things. Uh, really, what she's saying is monolingualism is getting you to think in a standard way, think in a very common way, or not think at all about all the things that are going on in the world. Okay, so she makes a spirited argument or intervention into this monolingualism and multilingualism idea. Again, this is something that Anzaldúa is talking about the whole time. Sometimes you might get lost in the argument, or you might see Anzaldúa maybe being a little bit too abrasive, too sort of critical of monolingualism, and you might sort of lose the argument. But in Butler's text, she's very sort of sober, very sort of clean and philosophical about things. And here she talks about the idea of the political subject, of political agency, right? How we, and this really gets into the idea of identity, right? So again, she is critiquing, like Anzaldúa does, the idea of the singular or monological sort of identity. And she's saying that, this is what Western culture, what American culture sort of pushes, this assimilationist model, this universal standardized subject. And she does not find it to be a healthy thing, nor does she find it to be a very successful thing. So she is talking about and she also critiques the idea that this idea of a singular sort of monological sort of subjectivity is the path to freedom, right? That's how we become, we get agency. That's how we achieve free will, through this singularization of identity, right? So she finds that to be a false premise, a false conclusion, and like Anzaldúa, is pushing this idea of multiple subjectivity.